Hey everybody, it's your girl Annette J. Morris, the owner and CEO of Go Getter LLC. And y'all know it's the vision of Go Getter LLC to help women identify their divine gifts and convert that gift into a 5 to 7 figure income generating business that supports their lives and legacies. And also, I am your host of the Mind TV series. Y'all know the mind is moving in new directions. So every week I bring you all about a boss bomb entrepreneur. And this week is none different. I am so excited about this week's guest. I'm going to let her tell y'all who she is, but I'm sure most of y'all already know because everybody knows Ty. But for those of you that don't, I'm going to let her introduce yourself. Tell them who you are, sis.
Hi guys, welcome to Annette's awesome show. My name's Thais Mills, and I'm an abstract artist and writer from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Absolutely. And y'all, where you sitting at, Ty?
Inside of my gallery, I have a small gallery with big dreams.
Yes, small big gallery, y'all.
Little big gallery. Size does not matter over here.
It does not.
It does not.
It does not. And you all I'm sure you all have, huh?
It does matter.
Just a little bit. Depending on what we're talking about.
Okay.
You all probably know Thais by the flowers. Her flowers have been all over the place. But let's talk about, because Ty Flowers is moving and growing and expanding and all the great things. Let's talk about the shirt you got on, sis. I was about to say this little shirt, but it's not a little shirt. It's a shirt. It's a little shirt. I'm saying it because she's getting to be a very little person. But it's a big deal. So tell them about the deal.
So, being an African American artist is a path to carve all on its own. I'm an abstract artist, so my pieces look like what my pillows look like, what my mug, your mug looks like, and so I tend to go through the power of representation. I'm so sorry. Everyone knows I'm on the phone with Annette. What happens when you get on the phone with Annette? Everyone calls your phone. I'm with Annette. I'm on Mind TV. I'm moving in a new direction.
Y'all interrupted us.
I tend to struggle with the significance and the importance of abstract art, being an abstract artist within a world of artistry that seemed like it was created for just Black art, right? Mm-hmm. So finding my way and carving my path kind of carved me into this amazing woman, because there's really not a lot of real moguls of visual art that look like me.
Correct. Absolutely.
Okay? And not just as an African American, but as a brown female, 10 of the most richest and powerful artists in abstract art, out of 10 of them, 9 are white men. The 10th is an Indian woman. And so even as a woman, once you get in this industry, you still have to claw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you see the big murals and they don't come from women that look like us. And I really resonated with Frida Kahlo, and we were so excited to find a way to just embody who she was. She was the female Obama of artists of Mexico. There's really that's what little girls look towards, right? And she went through such a painful life. She fell in love with a man that was a little bit older than her, and he was an accomplished artist. And this man wound up, sleeping with her sister, and they got remarried. I mean, they had to amputate a piece of her foot. And, she painted from her bedside. She went through so much. And, Frida, a lot of people know her face. Many people don't know her story.
Correct.
And this shirt, and I have so many like it, it's almost like my uniform, being an African American artist. you kind of have to step outside of the narcissism of it all and use
Mm-hmm.
your platform to uplift other artists that
Mm-hmm.
were here before me
Correct.
and wasn't really quite done. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, who's the little Annette Morris that's going to come up 20 years behind you and be like, I fell in love watching Mind TV. You know,
Mm-hmm.
this woman got on and told the stories of these people. So, um, yeah, I mean, that's how Frida resonates with me. A lot of people see her picture and she didn't paint hair flowers, but she
Mm-hmm.
wore lots of flowers in her hair. And
Mm-hmm.
it was really a beautiful diversion and distraction
Mm-hmm.
because she walked very oddly because she was in a horrible car accident when she was very young. So
Okay.
so the beautiful flowers was really just to kind of take away from her insecurities, like as all women, what we do,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, we wore the big hair to take away from our weight. You know,
Yeah.
Nobody did it like Shaka Khan.
Right.
Right?
Or Patti LaBelle. Don't forget the big hair on Patti LaBelle.
Okay. Patty shoulders. Okay, we do
Okay.
patty shoulders.
Nah, absolutely. So what are you doing as it regards to spinoff from her? Because I know that you just kind of pinned the deal to do some other things. You want to share that with the audience?
I do. So, post me being on tour, post Hurricane Katrina, because like we all live in New Orleans, but wherever we go, we just on tour.
Yeah.
I'm now my third location post Katrina is now Fayetteville, Georgia, and this is where I've decided to kind of open my gallery.
Mhm.
And one of the most celebrated restaurants out here is Hannah Brothers, and Hannah
Mhm.
Brothers is an on-site catering experience that has catered some of the most epic movies for the last 25 years. They now have a restaurant that sits
Okay.
inside of Trilith Studios,
Mhm.
one of the biggest movie studio production homes in Georgia, where all the huge action films were put together and
Mhm.
manufactured. And Hannah Brothers sits inside of the movie complex.
Okay.
Like if Tyler Perry had a restaurant inside
Mhm.
studios.
Okay.
And they have never worked with an artist before.
Mhm.
It'll be my first time actually painting in honor of Frida. I've done it here at the gallery a few times, but doing it on such a large scale. They've secured almost 100 flowers.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I will be recreating Thai flowers, and we're going to honor Frida on Cinco de
Okay.
Mayo.
That is awesome.
I am literally, Annette, I am over the moon.
You
Like,
should
I
be.
really, truly am, because it's one thing as an artist to speak on who inspires you. We talked about this all the time.
Mhm.
It's one thing to speak on artists or people or women or things that inspire you, but to create something and then to invite other people to honor them with you as a Black female artist from New Orleans,
Mhm.
honoring like one of the most powerful female Mexican artists
Mhm.
during Cinco de Mayo
Mhm.
is really amazing. And
Yes.
yeah, yeah, like
Absolutely.
cracking glass ceilings with my paintbrush.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you and I talk about it all the time, like artists. So I've known some artists throughout the years, and artists tend to buy into that starving artist philosophy, right? Just like therapists, like we're told from the very beginning, like we going into a field that won't make a lot of money, XYZ. Artists have bought into that as well, like won't be making a lot of money, XYZ. But you're actually setting a different tone for artists and creating a whole blueprint for artists to follow that says, hey, we don't have to be starving artists. We don't have to wait until we die to be legends, right? Like, tell some of the things that you're doing different as an artist, unlike what artists have historically done, because it's impressive, like some of the things you're doing with houses, you know, just a lot of things that you're doing. So let's crack the code on some of that, because I definitely want you to show other artists a way, the same thing that I'm doing for therapists, right? Because we buy into that because that's what we're taught. But just because that's what society says, that does not mean that that's the end all be all to artists, to therapists, any of that. So let's dig into some of the things that you do as an artist that's very different from what's historically been done.
Thank you, first of all, for realizing that. You know, Hurricane Katrina did some amazing things, and did some, you know, tremendously turmoil that it built. It also pushed people out of their comfort zone. And what I learned from being the most published African-American female columnist before Hurricane Katrina, and writing for some of the most amazing publications, and being an artist, and having direct mentors like Sally Ann Roberts and Karen Hopkins, and just some of those powerful marketing houses in New Orleans, and then losing all of that and being into Houston as an artist, where they had their own top writers, they had their own artists. You know, you had to find a way, as my dad would say, you got to play with the toys in your own backyard sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? And, just thinking to myself, I grew up in New Orleans as an artist, or as a, you know, I painted my first piece at about 12 years old, but I didn't see any artists, again, that looked like me. And now that I'm in a different city, you know, one of the most beautiful things about being in a new city is you get a chance to write your own story.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have anyone saying, oh, that's Thais. I remember when she had that Jerry curl. Looked like the girl on 227. Hey, Countess Vaughn, how are you, baby? Countess, where's my flowers? But I look like her growing up. I had my little soul glow. Okay. When I get too hot, it kind of drip on down. Okay.
One of them.
One of them. And then it's like, you know, you go to a new city, and one of the most beautiful things that the ugliness of Katrina did is I didn't have to hide.
Right.
I didn't have to act like I had more than what I had. You knew I lost all my baby pictures. You knew they thought we were all looting over there and doing everything we had in business. So it put me in a position where I had to be like, hey, Annette, let's make this work.
Yeah.
You know, what could we do? What hasn't been done that we can try to do? You know, one of the best things that New Orleans did, I didn't see any Black female painters, and it really hurts to say this, I didn't see any Black female painters doing anything.
Yeah.
Right? So it forced me to not have a blueprint to do. I think it's almost one of the best things, because I'm like, wow, I really am an artist and a female from New Orleans, and I'm really out here, and I represent my city, and we're different, and I want to be like Mardi Gras that's not even on a Tuesday. You know, being from New Orleans and living inside of New Orleans is not pressure, because our city represents us. When you are outside of New Orleans, it's like people are looking at you like, so what are you going to do exciting today?
Because you're from New Orleans.
Right. So you guys just walk up and down Bourbon all day and just you could just drink all day.
Yeah.
I mean, so people just off of work on Tuesdays, like really off. Like that's really
that's not what we do. We don't even go to Bourbon Street. That's the funny thing.
Okay, I have never showed my boobs for
never.
But it's beautiful, and you begin to understand the precious nostalgia that is New Orleans, right? And the things that we think are trivial and that are tourist fun is really what has incubated our city and made it a landmark.
Yeah.
You don't even realize that Baton Rouge is the capital of Louisiana.
Right. Yeah.
We're the fun capital, as well. Like to say. And so being from New Orleans, and not for the most part being given a blueprint or being able to identify with a blueprint of a Black female abstract artist from New Orleans, it enabled me to truly paint any town I go to, not red, but purple, green, and gold. And so I went to real estate developers and I said, hey, I want to paint every front door. I want to paint the panel boxes. Let me paint one cabinet. Let me paint the light switches. That way I get paid before the house even sells.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't have to hope that Annette wants me on her wall because I'm already
Mm-hmm.
on her front door,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
looking at life and peeling it back like layers. I mean, like, how can I leave my art here? And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what every artist has done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, how can I leave my art here
Mm-hmm.
before I leave here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It. Pillows, I am an abstract artist. I got so tired of people telling me that my art does not look like Black art. So I say, well, you know what? I may not be able to be on everyone's canvas right now, but I
Mm-hmm.
work well on a flower or on a
On a
pillow,
pillow. Yep.
on a cup,
Mm-hmm.
on pet bandanas and
Yeah.
socks, things
Mm-hmm.
where I don't have to look like everything is an excerpt from a Black Panther movie,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
every Black artist does not do Black art. And if I'm
Correct.
a Black artist, anything I do is Black art because
Correct.
I'm an artist,
Mm-hmm.
right? So just being bold enough to define yourself
Yeah. And
as,
get out of the box.
and get out of your own box.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
And
y'all heard Thais. If you are an artist and you are listening to Thais, and I hope that you are, she's
please,
already dropping some good jewels telling y'all how to get out of these traditional boxes that they have you all in. Just as the same way that I teach therapists, like you don't only have to do therapy, right? So even if you are a licensed therapist and you licensed in Louisiana, you can only practice in Louisiana, but you can also coach people nationwide and worldwide, right? Because you're using the same skill set. Like you're telling artists, you don't just have to paint on canvas. You can go, approach a real estate agent, paint a door for a house, paint the light switches, paint the boxes, leave your signature look, right? Because most people that are trying to sell houses now, they want something that's going to pop to make the house attractive enough for a person. And those little accents, like the accents of different houses, really are some of the pieces that sell the house, in addition to a really nice looking kitchen. But
right.
the accent pieces is really what gets people.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's enabled me to have a deeper relationship with my art buyers because
Mm-hmm.
now I'm being, I don't want to say summons, but I get homeowners to call because there's a and a huge shout out to Divine Homes
Mm-hmm.
and Lorenzo and the whole just Kendrick clan and other Atlanta realtors that have thought enough of me to bring me in, because now homeowners contact me and they say, can you come and stand by the door? Or can we invite you to dinner? I'm like, oh, I will come to eat.
Yeah. Most certainly.
And here's and that's what I say, I'm happy to be working alongside you and the things that we have planned, because I'm excited to let artists know, that we can find creative ways to curate our pieces and
Yeah.
bring them to the masses. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking to be that front runner. I mean, I've done it for myself. And so
Yeah.
I'm really excited to, that it all paid off, because sometimes I really was the only one in the room trying to
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
make
absolutely.
art make sense.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So
Yeah.
is it you didn't start out as being an artist? Because I met you years ago and you were writing. What did you do for full-time employment, even prior to going into full-time entrepreneurship?
Okay. I was a writer. I wrote for Data and Offline and some of the most prolific Juice magazine that
Mm-hmm.
people may now know as BMF.
Mm-hmm.
Before Juice was taken over by Larry of BMF, I wrote for Juice. May you rest in peace, Renetta Clay, who
Mm-hmm.
started Juice. But even when I was a writer, I would go to different publishers and say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, if you allow me to promote my art, I will write an article for you, and you don't have to,
Mm-hmm.
but you pay the other artists. And I would always give every celebrity that I interviewed, down from Stevie Wonder when I was 15 years old, a piece of my art.
Okay.
So I've always found ways to integrate it in and to work it in and kind of stir it in like gumbo.
My gumbo.
And then I took my poetry and would do private poetry readings and worked alongside hotels and concierge and private jet companies to read to couples for different things like spas. You know, a lot of spas use me for their Valentine's Day or couples packages, you know.
Okay. Okay. That's
Voiceovers.
awesome.
Shout out to CJ Morgan and
Uh-huh.
Pierre that would bring me in to do voiceovers at Q93 and WWOZ, and you know, just being
All the things.
creative, you know, just
Yes.
taking meetings, you know,
Yeah, absolutely.
tapping into
Absolutely.
my inner Annette.
With the multiple streams of income.
Really, really, really hard. Yeah. You're
So
never
how did you
done.
yes, absolutely. How did you finally decide on I'm gonna be Thais, the abstract artist? Like I still love writing, I still love the content, but I am Thais, the abstract artist. Like, how did you get to that point to say this is where I'm going to plant my feet?
I decided, you know, I respect so many writers, you know, poets, Maya Angelou, Toni Morrison, Angela Davis. They're all amazing women. I have over 4,000 unpublished poems. I have yet to write my own book. No one really knows that. I've helped so many people put books together. And I said to myself, I can do both. But I say abstract artist first because I think more little Black girls, little brown girls need to see what an artist look like. I've always looked to Maya. You know, my mother took me to go see Toni Morrison at Xavier. I've met some of the most amazing writers, not abstract artists. And so that has been my labor of love to orchestrate beautiful aesthetics around art and to make sure that African American women are seen in abstract artistry.
Okay.
But I am still a writer as well. And the beautiful about social media is that it has enabled artists to do content production. You know, I've created, you know, content production for some of the most amazing brands. I was just brought out to Utah for All Star to do some amazing content for their PR chair. So I found a way to integrate the vividness of my art and how I see life and how I capture people on film and combine it with my writing for content writing, copywriting.
Okay.
You know, technical writing. I mean, you know, Picasso had a magazine. Andy Warhol started Interview magazine. I think art and writing has always hand in hand. I think every artist has found a way to market themselves. Whether you other people to write for you, you made relationships in the industry, or you took it upon yourself to write for yourself. Being an entertainment journalist from New Orleans and supporting so many different artists, I just use my own tactics to support my own efforts.
Exactly.
While supporting other artists as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So y'all listen, Thais is definitely, if you are in the art industry or you know somebody that is, let them know Thais is the blueprint. She's the one that they want to follow because again, she's about to set a whole new narrative for artists to tell them, hey, we don't have to be starving artists because she's not a starving artist. She has a lot going on. You can learn a lot from her. Thais, tell them how they can follow you, how they can stay in touch with you, because I promise you, we're about to get ready to unleash Thais and the whole layout of everything that artists actually can do so that artists can also have multiple streams of income and you can live a life that you love just as Thais does. So, because we don't want to tell y'all everything, I want y'all to follow her and to keep your eye on her because you need to. So, Ty, tell the people where they can follow you and where they can find you.
Right here. One of the biggest things that I do, you know, what's understood doesn't need to be explained, everyone.
Yes.
My name is Thais. That's my actual name. Shout out to my mama who fell in love with the lady at Units down in downtown New Orleans, the fancy place where you go buy your fancy furniture.
Yes.
So her name was Thais. That's my actual name. And Thais Flowers is how you can find all things that I am. You know, you can just Google my name. I don't owe too many creditors. So just find me. Look, just find me like Sally Mae find you when it's time to pay your phone.
Sally Mae gonna find you.
You're gonna find it. You're gonna find it.
Yes. Y'all, she is on Instagram. She's on Facebook. She's on all the things. So y'all follow her. Stay in touch with her. I promise you, if you are an artist, you want to stay tuned and keep your eye on Thais, because again, she's setting a whole new platform, whole new blueprint for artists, because we want y'all to understand that you can make millions as well. You don't have to die to be a millionaire. You don't have to die to cross over into six figures, right? We want you all to live that life while you're living and enjoy the life that you live. So I so appreciate you, Ty.
Look, I tell you all the time, this is normally how it is for artists. We have to die.
Yeah, in order to be recognized or to make the money. Like, so you never enjoy the fruit of your labor. No, we're about to change that narrative.
Do this.
Yeah.
Before we do that.
Yeah. So that's what we want y'all to do and want you to get to. And Thais is gonna she's setting the tone for artists. Trust me, she really is. So Ty, I so appreciate you. I love you, sis. I appreciate you for coming on the Mind TV series today and talking to my audience, especially those artists that are out there. And again, you all, you know, you're gonna find us same time, same place, same bat channel next week, talking to another bomb artist that's gonna tell you. You got something you want to leave them?
I do.
Yes, go ahead.
I want to thank you. You're
welcome.
Have been instrumental. I fell in love with your very first presentation of how you segued being a therapist, and now you're empowering other therapists and bringing in other entrepreneurs and keeping us all connected. And you're an amazing mom. And I don't know how in the hell you and Malika find time to take pictures in front of your big fancy cars and take these international trips. You were so empowering. And I think as women, we don't take the time to let another woman rest on our shoulders. And I just say, I see you. I see Malika. You guys are imperatively important to what our city represents. And I am so honored to share a city with you.
Thank you.
People talk about you here in Atlanta. When I go to events, I have to be like, yes, I do know Miss Morris. Yes, I have. No, yes, I have saw that show. No, she is amazing. No, she's not here.
Yeah.
So, I just want to share with you, we don't do this enough. We don't massage each other's ego. And I just want to let you know you are doing it. And I am.
Thank you, my girl.
To just have you on my speed dial. Like, I'll be like, I can do this. Oh, she's busy. No. Well, no, you have to. What number do you? Oh, no, I have her personal line.
Personal number, right?
Catch a show or something. Maybe she'll leave a comment. Live, maybe, but no, she knows who I am.
Yes, period.
I want to thank you for giving me one of the best reasons to name drop down here in Georgia.
Thank you. I so appreciate you, my girl.
No problem. You are amazing. And she has a pillow in a mug, but she's Annette, so she's gonna make you wait for it. You know, Annette, you gotta wait.
And I'm gonna do an unboxing, and I'll show you all what it looks like because it's Go Getter branded. And it's going in my corporate apartment. So thank you very much.
And what you're doing to empower real estate, like you are really doing it. And I just
appreciate you, my girl.
I don't know how you do it all. I don't know how we do it all. That's why I make sure I never miss a Mind TV series, because I don't know how you do it all. But thank you, Annette. And now I am done stalking and fangirling.
Well, thank you, Ty. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this week. Again, next week. See y'all next week. Bye, y'all. Welcome to Go Getter University. It's the home and a one-stop for entrepreneurs teaching all things entrepreneurship. We have courses ranging from how to start a business, how to start a nonprofit organization, to how to generate your first 10K consistent month, on to grant writing. Anything that you want to learn about entrepreneurship, it is in Go Getter University. Follow us at www.goalgetteruniversity.com to register.